All right, my Taurus friends, how are you today? Michael Eschenburg here, bringing you your Honest Astrology monthly horoscope for March of 2020. If you're new to the channel, please check it out. We're doing daily videos every single day that's going to dive deeper into all of these aspects to bring a wider kind of a view on all of the aspects. Because I'm going to just go over, we have so much happening here on the month of March. All right, it's almost like every day back to back to back. So I'm going to try to wrap this up and not make this too terribly long. But there's a lot happening for you. Venus, right off the gate on the 3rd, is going to square Saturn. Okay, that's happening in your 12th house and in your 9th house. Okay, I'll show you the chart here. So Venus right here in your 12th house, this is like completion for you. There's something you're wrapping up, there's a deep-rooted love, something going on here that you're letting go of, wrapping up, connecting with the ether, connecting with the cosmos. And on the 3rd, again, it's squaring to Saturn in your 9th house of travel and having faith in yourself, faith in your journey. So it's just like, am I good enough to complete this? Am I good enough to figure this out? Am I good enough to, get to where I want to go in my life? And the answer is absolutely yes. Because the very next day on the 4th, Venus is going to enter your 1st house, okay? So this is exciting because for multiple reasons. All right, because Venus rules Taurus. All right, Venus rules all the lovely things that you want and desire in life. And this deals with material possessions and money here in the 1st house, or in the sign of Taurus. And your 1st house deals with self, right? So Venus moving into your 1st house, moving home into the sign of self for you, it's a very natural place for Venus to be. It's a very exciting place for Venus to be. And it's your 1st house, so it's just like you got a lot of love coming your way. It's whatever was like confusing during the end of February, the beginning of March, this Venus squaring Pluto, Venus squaring Saturn. Am I good enough? Do I have what it takes to move on? Do I have, these abilities? You have Uranus kind of up there right now, only at 3 degrees, very, shaking the grounds of what was stable, making it very unstable. So your whole world is kind of shifting and changing, and that's okay. So Venus is going to enter your 1st house on the 4th, shining a little bit of light and love, which is very necessary for you during this time. As well, on the 4th, Mercury is going to retrograde back out of Pisces into the sign of Aquarius, which is exciting because this is your 10th house, okay? So it's career and public image, all right? So it's just like your antennas are up. You're connecting with new information going on out there, new higher information that's going to change your life in the sense of career, all right? Now, on the 8th, we have Sun conjunct Neptune, okay? Sun is going to conjunct Neptune, and that is going to happen in your 11th house of community. All right, this is such a beautiful place for this to be, for your 11th house to be Pisces, okay? Because this is, your dreams and your unconsciousness and the spirituality, and you have this sense of, ego self, the sun, my pride, my life, my light that I'm bringing to the table, connecting with dreams and creativity and, coming together in the place of community, coming together in the place of technology. There's something that's really happening here that's quite magical, that you're kind of tapping into the ether and bringing down and like sharing these wonderful gifts with your friends. Now on the 9th, we have a full moon in the sign of Virgo, okay? Virgo being your 5th house. This is about how, your creative self-expression to the world, all right? What you're giving back, how are you, how are you giving back? What are you doing? What are you representing? How are you allowing your light to shine, my Taurus friends? This is a big move for you, okay? This full moon here, fully illuminating again. It's just like, it's like, I am Taurus. I am here. I am here. You're taking center stage right now. This is an exciting time. We're about to hit spring. You're getting this huge rush and surge of energy, and it's just like, yeah, it's time. It's time for this to come alive. It's time for you, for right now, to let your voice be heard, to not, hide out anymore if it's cold and wherever you're at, or dry. God, it's so dry here right now. But anyway, so it's like coming out, stepping outside of this shell, stepping outside of the comfort place that Taurus sometimes likes to reside in, and really taking center stage here, which is maybe uncomfortable at first, but a very necessary step for where you're headed right now. Okay. And again, with Mercury being in your 10th house, moving back into your 10th house, where it's going to complete its retrograde cycle on the 10th, is very important for you. You have to take center stage in your own life in order to achieve what you want to through your career, and for you to be the person in your community that the community relies on and needs. You're the very reliable bull. The calf, the bull, here in the zodiac. People need your stability. So very exciting for you to kind of come out and shine. So the 9th, Mercury stations direct there in your 11th house, and on the 10th, Mercury finishes its retrograde cycle and is going to begin to move back forward again through the shadow where it was on February 2nd. So pay attention to the energy that's going on during this time, as this is revisiting. We've already been here at the beginning of February, so we're coming back around again, okay? Now, on the 14th, we've got two really cool aspects going on. Let me come back to the chart. Now, I can't go day by day as of yet. I'm trying to get a hold of Solar Fire to make some changes so I can show you day by day what's going on here for your sign. Anyway, on the 14th, we have Sun is going to sextile Pluto. Okay, so they're both going to be at 24 degrees, 24 degrees. Okay, so Pluto, wait a minute, I'm jumping ahead. On the 11th, okay, sorry about that. I know, I was like, wait a minute, there's something else in my notes. On the 11th, you got Sun sextile Jupiter. Okay, so the 11th house of community. All right, think of community, think of technology, okay, the water in the air that allows electricity to flow. And not only that, but this deals with spirituality, okay? And we're talking over here, we're talking about very real practical matters, and we're also talking about travel and faith and higher knowledge and learning, okay? So on the 11th, the Sun is going to create a sextile to Jupiter, okay? So it's the expansion of self with the community, expansion of technology, self bringing new knowledge forward for you, continuing to have faith in your journey, for that, like, hey, I'm stepping out over here during this Virgo full moon, and it's just like saying, yes, we want more of this. We need more of you. We need more of the good fruits that you're bearing right now. We need, more of this beautiful energy. Right? Then on the 14th, the Sun is going to sextile Pluto. So this is a transformation. It's like you're getting a taste of this good life. You're getting a taste of stepping outside of this comfort zone, and it feels good. You're like, wow, I didn't think I could actually do this. And this is what this Saturn septile to Neptune that's been going on for the past 2 months. That's this energy coming into fruition right now. It's just like, I didn't think I could have it so good. I didn't think I could step outside my comfort zone and be free, which I know can be difficult for my fellow Taurans to be, and it's just like, again, this is your time to shine, stepping outside of that place and really allowing yourself to grow, to expand, to transform. That's what all this energy is saying. And having faith in your journey, having faith in the unknown, that whatever you're seeking, is seeking you, whether that's knowledge, relationships, partnerships, jobs, careers, success, whatever you're seeking, just have that faith and that trust that it is going to be there and you are going to receive it. That's on the 14th. All right, so now we have Mars also going to sextile Neptune. So these are both in the same, water earth, so the Sun and Neptune are over there in Pisces, and Mars and Pluto are over there in Capricorn. So now we have dreams and imagination. No one can control your dreams. No one can limit your dreams. No one can limit your imagination or your creativity. Only you can. And Mars in the practical earth sign of Capricorn, which is also again in your 9th house right now, is like full steam ahead. Like I'm feeling myself. You know, I'm feeling myself, and I'm moving forward full steam ahead with whatever creative endeavors that I have in my life. Whatever's going on, I'm feeling it. It feels good. Let's go. You know, there's nothing stopping this from happening right now. And this is a trine to you as well, you know, depending on where, you know, if you're a Taurus, watching this, I'm sure. You know, all this Capricorn energy trines to you. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful kind of energy that's going on. So then on the 16th, Mercury leaves Aquarius again, leaves your 10th house, career, and enters your 11th house. Again, entering the community. So Mercury coming back there. There's something about talking, communicating with people, being more intuitive, you know. Earth signs, I'm a double earth sign, I get it. We can be very practical, and sometimes we want to, you know, if I write everything down on a list, if I write everything out and then present it to them, you know, that might be the easiest way to absorb the information, because then I can state everything I need to say and they can receive it. And it's just like, sometimes it's about bouncing the ball back and forth. You know, sometimes it's about just being here, being present, and you know, sometimes we're going to bounce the ball with our right hand. Sometimes we're going to bounce it with our left. Sometimes we're going to toss it like this. Sometimes we're going to lobby it up. You know what I mean? So it's about being playful, about, you know, going with the flow, allowing and accepting what's around the bend, allowing the agenda-free communication to come through. Right? So it's just like, I don't know what I'm going to say every step of the way of this video. That was something that's very difficult for me to let go of when I was starting these. You know, I seriously, I wrote everything down at first. You know, I'm a Virgo rising Capricorn sun. So I had to write everything down at first. And it's just like, oh my God, that's not how this is going to work. You know, this energy's got to flow. So Mercury moving back into the community place for you, back into Pisces, is reminding to just let it flow. You know, to kind of throw the agenda away and just allow it to come up and come out, to listen to our intuition, listen to our guide, whatever, listen to that voice inside, or if there's no voice, that's fine. Just to being open to receiving and to channel your own emotions, not channel like, you know, other deities or something like that, but just channel your own emotions to bring those up and out, as Mercury is going to be in your 11th house all the way until the 30th. Is that right? And the 30th was when it finally leaves it won't be until April. The 30th is when it just finally leaves the shadow period. All right, so that's the 16th. On the 19th, the Sun squares Saturn. No, the Sun is going to sextile Saturn. My goodness. Sun is going to sextile Saturn. Again, a lot of water-earth energy. Water-earth, water-earth, water-earth. So this is still happening in your 11th house community. Okay. So now you have the 8 of Mercury moving forward, not retrograde anymore. You know, feeling it. The Sun feeling it. Okay. And the Sun now going to create this sextile, okay? An easy flow of two energies, water and earth, flowing together. Creation. This is creation, right? So Pisces, Sun in Pisces is saying what? This is saying, you know, I've got to listen to this up here. I have to acknowledge my emotions are not from this physical world, right? My ideas, my imagination, my dreams are not in this physical world. And yet Saturn is the law of the physical world, the laws of reality. So these two are meeting up. You know, this sextile, this easy flow of water and earth energy of saying like, look, this is a great time to manifest your dreams. It's a great time to manifest what you want from your community or to share with your community. You know, we're talking about Saturn over there in your 9th house of like higher learning and education and religion and philosophy. So there's a good opportunity that's like, you've been studying, my Taurus friends. You've been studying a lot. You've been in school. And it's just like, okay, it's time to bring this knowledge to my friends. You know, it's time to start bringing, to create my own workshop, my own classroom, you know. So that's an exciting time for you right now. Let me show you the chart again for a quick second. So on the 20th, the Sun is going to enter Aries, okay? And Mars, our planet of action, is going to conjunct Jupiter. Okay, so again, in your ninth house, there's a lot of something, maybe there's travel in the future here for you in March. Maybe there is something, again, that you're learning, something you're seeking out. And when the sun enters a sign of Aries, it's spring into action, it's full steam ahead, and this is also your 12th house of completion. So for the next month ahead, you're going to be wrapping something up, okay? Wrapping something up. Whatever is going on, it's coming to a conclusion, which is really exciting. And again, this Mars conjunct Jupiter happening here on the 20th, this is about you taking your knowledge, taking all of that good stuff that you've been studying and moving ahead with it and bringing that to the table. Now on the 22nd, Saturn here is finally going to leave the sign of Capricorn, where it's been for 2.5 years, and it's going to enter your 10th house, which for you is going to be awesome. Okay, so it's going to dip in and out, just like a pendulum on a clock. It's going to doot, doot. So it's going to dip in for a few months, and I think in July it's going to get back out of there. So I'm scratching my back. I got sunburned so bad in Costa Rica. Anyway, I just got home. Travel during the Mercury retrograde. I'm for it. Anyway, let me jump on the Mercury retrograde for a quick second, because we still have some days left. It's just like there's no sense of being fearful. It's just a time right now to be more mindful, more thoughtful, to take our time. And that's something that comes a little bit easier to a Taurus, the practical earth sign, is just like taking our time, making sure that we're doing everything proper. So if you are traveling, planning a traveling or planning on creating one of these workshops or something, it's just about taking the time to setting it up right now and not fearing, the Mercury, retrograde, that I need to stop. I need to pause and not do something for some period of time or until the 10th, when it's finally over. And it's just like, hey, you've got to live, and to stop living for, for 3 months out of the year is not practical. And you're a practical earth sign. So anyway, so Saturn moves into Aquarius, which is very exciting. This is your 10th house, okay? This is about your career. This is very, very exciting because it's going to change. You're going to have a huge career shift that's coming up that you might get a peek, a glimpse into these next couple of months. Here from the end of March into July, then it goes back into Capricorn. It's going to solidify these and move forward again. And it's going to be in your 10th house for the next 2.5 years. Okay? Very, 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 very exciting energy. So it's like if you're looking for that dream job, it's coming. It's around the bend. And reminding yourself, Jupiter and Mars right now and Pluto all up in your 9th house, to have faith in yourself that it's all going to work out. It's all going to come into fruition. All right? Then on the 22nd/23rd, we're going to have Mars is going to create a conjunction to Pluto. Okay? Pluto, transformation. Mars, action. Okay, so, and Jupiter's getting up there closer too. So this is going to be like all three of these, Maleficent. These three, Saturn, Pluto, and Mars, these are the three bad boys. And they're all up in Capricorn at the same time right now, okay? Action and warrior and transcendence and death and destruction and karma. You have all of these up here in the 9th house. There is so much energy going on for you that's, again, reminding you to have faith in your journey, even if stuff is tough right now, even if things have been rough over the past couple of months. These conjunctions between Jupiter, that's going to happen again, when is this? That's going to be on the 20th, and then on the 22nd, 23rd, here with Pluto. Okay, this is life-changing energy. Okay, life-changing energy. It takes 2 years for Mars to get back here. Okay, it takes 12 years for Jupiter to be, to go around. It's once a year in every sign. It takes 244 years for Pluto to go around. This is the only time in your life that you're ever going to have Pluto in your 9th house, right? So only once every 12 years is Pluto conjunct Jupiter, So the fact that Mars is going to conjunct Pluto and Jupiter is so close right there within conjunction as well. You know, this is like serious, again, faith, serious travel, serious learning, and bringing that into self, again, where Venus is going to be. Because at the end of the month here, Venus is going to start to trine Jupiter and trine Pluto. Okay, so that happens on the 27th and 28th. Okay, so Venus in your first house starting to trine everything you love, want, and desire. Easy flow of energy between transformation and expansion. Okay, this is awesome, man. This is crazy cool energy. You know, just before that happens on the 24th, we've got a new moon in Aries, which is your 12th house, which again has to deal with completion. You know, it's just like something is coming to an end. Now, new moons are new beginnings, and in the sign of Aries, this is a supercharged, you know, new moon because it's springtime. It's just like, ah, yes, the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees are all coming out and starting to blossom. You know, and there's this great change that's been happening for several months that is finally coming your way. You know, that what was rough is now becoming like, oh, this is a good flow. Saturn moving into your 10th house, a change of career, you know, having faith in this, having faith, stepping outside of your comfort zone. And then Mars is going to conjunct Saturn here on the 31st. Mars is going to leave Capricorn and enter your 10th house, which is just terrific, right? Again, making serious moves in your career, and then conjunct Saturn, which is like, let's make that real. Okay, this is just great energy. You know, all of this is like this once in a lifetime that you get. Sure, the planets move every year, but again, not everything is the same. It's like going down the river. Every year you go down the river, it's a little bit different. You know, and this year the river is very favorable for you, especially with how much energy you have in your 9th house. And it's just like, how can this keep getting better? How can this keep getting better? How can this keep getting better? And try to focus on that bigger picture, you know, than the little things that happen, the little intricacies that happen that knock us off, you know, or try to knock us down during times, you know. So there's new moon, new beginning, Saturn, Mars conjunction to end the month. It's very, very exciting month ahead for you. All right. So as always, thank you for hanging out during these things. Check out the dailies. We're going to go definitely deeper into all the different aspects coming up. Have a great month ahead. We'll see you tomorrow.